Hey guys and girls, welcome back to some Deathmark. It's been 3 days since the Shimio incident. Mashita and Sho have left, leaving only Christy and I at the mansion. We've not had any new mark bearers arrive, nor any new info on any spirits. Death's footsteps keep drawing closer. So where we left off, we finished chapter 2 and we were heading into 3, essentially. Good work, Lady Christy and Lord Yashiki. Did you obtain any clues? No, nothing really. I'd hoped, but... I see. Lady Saya's study seemed optimal to contain something of interest. Christy and I just finished investigating Saya Kujo's study. It had been full of mountains of specialized books and piles of reports. It was a daunting task, but we did our best to search through them regardless. Except it was all futile. Everything was about healing the spirit. Nothing mentioned the mark at all. Hey, Mr. Yashiki, don't you think it's useless to keep searching the mansion? You have any other ideas then? Well, remember what I said about H Shrine? Yeah. Right, of course you would. I was thinking, maybe the shrine is connected to all this spirit stuff. That's what Shimio's note said, right? Everything happened in the forest is the divine wrath of the shrine. Then you think the mark and the spirit activity are because of this divine wrath? It's definitely a possibility. Disasters happen in many ghost stories and myths because of the wrath of gods. Isn't there value in looking into it? She's got a point. Maybe. Exactly what I'd expect from you. Always so quick on the uptake. Christy is brimming with confidence. She seems in a much better mood than she was 3 days ago. She's a famous reporter after all, so maybe this is what she's really like. So, Mary, I'd like to go see H Shrine. You don't mind, do you? It is true many unpleasant rumors surround that forest. If the cause is H Shrine, there may be some clues there. But even if they are, if it's spiritual, then how are normal humans like us supposed to find it? Christy and I don't have spiritual powers. In that case, could you bring me along with you to H Shrine? I should be able to sense the presence of anything spiritual. I can act as a guide as well. You know that shrine? Yes, in truth, it enshrines the guardian deity of the Kujo family. Over the generations, the heads have taken care of the shrine. However, that came to an end after the recent war resolved. As one who serves the Kujos, I'm concerned about its present state. Been bringing you along with me. I have to carry you, don't I? As it is impossible for me to walk, I would agree with that assessment. I'm sorry to inconvenience you. An overgrown forest in the dead of night. I'm not looking forward to having to carry Mary all the way to the shrine. You look worn out, and we haven't left. It's a small price to pay if we can get any hints about the spirits. That's true. I think Mary's eager about this too, so I'll just have to deal with it, I suppose. Okay, let's go back to the forest. Sounds good. I guess I'll take her. Yeah, she's my only partner, so... Before we leave, we put Mary in the back seat. Thank God she's not as heavy as she looks. I should be able to carry her just fine. By the way, Mr. Yashiki, have you read the files over there? She points to the right side of the room and shelves packed with files. Not yet. I've searched most of the mansion, but I haven't checked the garage. Oh, really? Christy grabs a file and flips through the pages. Looks like articles on various crimes. The clippings cover every incident in H City and the surrounding area. Was Miss Kujo looking into criminal activity? Any of it look related to the mark? No, not as far as I can tell. These are all extremely old. The most recent is dated 5 years ago. She puts the file back. Alright, should we head out soon? Back to that creepy forest. Not looking forward to going back there. In the slightest. I park outside the entrance of the forest and gather Mary into my arms. We make our way to the familiar arch. There's still a long way to go. A middle-aged man carrying a doll. Not by my choice. You're practically a ghost story yourself if someone sees you here. Oh god, yeah, look at her. She looks kind of creepy. I am very sorry to cause you such trouble. She's cute though too as well, in like a sort of creepy way. Mary stares up at me as I hold her. Her skin and hair glint bewitchingly when the light from the flashlight catches them. I have not been outside in a long time. And to go hiking in the arms of such a fine gentleman, this is a very precious experience. She sounds as dispassionate as ever, but is she actually having fun? Still, it is just as the rumors say. This forest is filled with the curses and resentment of the dead. Simply their presence is enough to drive the living mad. The land is tainted. I can see why it has given birth to monstrous spirits. I bet if you track down the cause of it, it'll be the divine wrath. Let's hurry to the shrine. Do I have to walk through this place? Okay, I don't. We reach the old Torii gate with no trouble. We stand and watch for a while, but nothing comes out of the beehives. They seem to be sleeping. It is most likely because Shimio is now gone. 8th shrine is up those stone steps. At Mary's direction, we walk toward the gate. A small black shadow flits across our feet. Oh, it's one of the bunnies. It's that rabbit again. So this is the rabbit you told me about, Lord Yashiki. You are correct, it is very cute. The rabbit stares up at the two of us. Then disappears toward the shrine. What in the world was that about? What do you think, Mary? I felt a strange presence. It appears to be possessed by some kind of soul. So it's a spirit too. Indeed. Though it does not appear strong enough to give marks to humans. We know nothing of its true nature, so please proceed with caution. We follow the rabbit under the Torii gate and up the stone steps. It's too eerily, like, just normal. I don't want nothing to happen. At the top, we find the wilderness creeping in. There doesn't seem to be anything here, but an old altar. Is this 8th shrine? Sadly, it has fallen into disrepair. The war was over 50 years ago. I suppose this was to be expected. That black rabbit is gone. Deserted shrines give me creeps. Let's hurry up and get the searching so we don't stay here long. Okay. So we got 3 shinies to touch. Start with here. Headless Buddha statues are buried in the ground. Creepy. I wonder what happened here. There's a sacred Shimenawa rope on a ragged boulder. I wonder if that boulder is an Iwakura. What's that? According to ancient Shinto tradition, it's a sacred rock that a god descends on. It's not uncommon for the rock itself to become an object of devotion. It's a wooden shrine altar. A clouded old mirror serves as the ghost Shintai. Looks like it's true that no one's taken care of this place for a long time. I peek inside the altar just in case, but all I find is a thick layer of dust. The ghost Shintai is outside, and the altar's empty. That's concerning. I don't think there's any more we can search. The Buddha statues concern me. Why are all the ones within the shrine missing their heads? Shinto and Buddhism were ordered to be separated during the Meiji period. Before then, many shrines were dedicated to both. Each shrine was much the same. But in the Meiji period, there was a push to make Shinto the main religion. The faiths were forced apart. Extremists stole the Buddhist statues from shrines and desecrated them. Oh, the famous anti-Buddhist movement. So this is where that happened. No, it was done in a public space as they wanted to make a show of it. The broken statues were carried here to serve as a memorial for worship. The Kujo family head was said to be aggrieved, so he moved them in secret. It seems that all the broken statues from around H City were buried here. Strange. You said they were worshipped, but this place is pretty much a ruin. You have a keen eye, Lord Yashiki. The shrine was subsequently dug up, and the statues were stolen. So they came all the way into this huge forest just to carry off broken statues? Who would do something like that? That I do not know. I merely heard they were stolen 50 years ago, around the time of the war. So the statues were broken, thrown away, and then dug up. They say the Buddha has a wealth of patience, but even he'd get angry. Could that anger have turned to divine wrath and given birth to the mark in the spirits? Mary, have you been able to feel the presence of any spirits or whatever? About that. This land is much more foreboding than I had imagined. The enmity of the force swallows all else. It is hard to sense beneath it. So too much background noise, right? Yes, although I do sense the same presence as Lady Christie's mark, however faint. I'm sure the spirit that gave her the mark is somewhere in the forest. So after all that, we were only able to reconfirm something we already knew. Forgive me, I was unable to. You don't have to apologize, Mary. We learned plenty of value here. What do you mean? I'll tell you on the way back. First, let's get the hell out of here. This place gives me the creeps. Maybe it's it's the ill will Mary sensed. We leave H Shrine, walking down the beast trail toward the forest entrance. Maybe it's because of that strange tale, but for some reason I feel like someone is watching us from the darkness of the trees. Are we gonna have to come back to this forest? Because... oh, what's that building? We begin driving back to the mansion. As we break out of the dense forest, I can see building lights pop up here and there. Well, that was a complete waste of time. My anxiety lifted. I don't even bother to filter the words that slip out of my mouth. Oh, I don't think that's true. It's all coming together for me. Without further prodding, Christy starts in on her theory, passion evident in her voice. I believe Shimio was right. H Shrine is definitely what's causing all the strange stuff in the forest. I'm sure it's those stolen statues. Don't you agree? I wonder. Feels like we just don't have enough info at this point to say one way or the other. But there's no denying that a lot of strange things are going on in that forest. Between all the suicides and Shimio wandering around. It couldn't just be a coincidence, could it? If we research the shrine, we might learn about the mark. I feel that's a lot safer than risking our lives looking for the spirit. Don't you think? You might be right. My replies are half-hearted, which isn't what Christy was hoping for, so she falls silent. An awkward, uncomfortable silence settles. Lord Yashiki, please stop the car. Mary speaks for the first time since we entered the car. What is it? I sense a presence similar to Lady Christie's mark close by. Oh. The spirit that gave her the mark is following us? What's happening? Following Mary's request, I park in a vacant rest stop on the outskirts of H City. Christy and I step out of the car. What the hell? My mark is suddenly scalding. Is something nearby? But I have no info on anything. Look, someone's over there. I can't battle a spirit now. Wait, who's that? Is that a small girl steps out of the telephone box? Why is a kid outside at this time of night? Thank you for bringing me out here this late at night, Aita. I got to talk with Haneyome. Oh yeah? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. A rather round young man appears stepping out of the shadows. You got your question answered, Suzu? Yeah, it's okay now. Haneyome sure is amazing, though. She knows where everything is. You got that right. She helped me find my limited edition Love and Hero phone strap I dropped. What's Love and Hero? But you don't know. They're a popular idol group here. They've been all over TV lately. I'm surprised you haven't heard. TV's restricted at home. Mom says it rots your brain. Oh, Aita, is the bus coming? No, the last bus is on its way. We better go. We'll be in big trouble if your mom finds out we went out. Yeah. We watched from a distance for a while, but it's hard to determine their relationship. The pain from my scar is suddenly gone. Hey, Christy. What do you think? I turn, but Christy isn't there. Hey, you there. Just how do you know that girl? Depending on your answer, I'll report you for child abduction. Oh, there goes Christy hounding the poor guy. Just calm down. I try to placate, but she won't budge. The man stumbles over his words. He looks flustered and overwhelmed. Hey, lady, don't be mean to Ida. The girl rushes to stand defensively in front of him and glares at us. She seems a lot more level-headed than the flustered guy behind her. I asked him to help me, okay? I wanted to talk to Haneyome, so I had him come with me. Who's this Haneyome you keep mentioning? A ghost who helps find things. People say that you can talk to her from this telephone. A ghost, huh? She looks at me. We're both thinking the same thing. Earlier the mark was hurting, so maybe... You guys look serious. What's going on? He nervously glances between us. Does this scar look familiar at all? I show them the mark on my right arm. Hey, hold on. What is this? That looks exactly like mine. He pulls off one of his gloves and reveals the mark on his hand. Oh, God. Okay, so this Haneyome thing. So does that mean this Aita girl is also... she probably has the mark. It's the curse scar, yeah? I saw an article on it in OOP Arts Monthly. They say it causes amnesia, even kills you, but that's nonsense. It's not all true, right? Right? Sounds like he'd heard the rumors, but chose to not do anything. There's no surprise, really. It's tough to believe it's real until your memory loss starts becoming noticeable. I've got one of those too. It showed up on my left wrist when I made that phone call earlier. Ooh, you just condemn this little girl by letting her call this ghost. Pulling up her sleeve, she shows us her mark. They both have the mark after calling Haneyome. That's more than a coincidence. Well, you can't just leave them here. Let's bring them to the mansion. We tell them what's going on and ask them to go to Kujo Mansion with us. It surprisingly doesn't take much to get them to come. I thought it'd take more convincing. Could partially be because they missed the last bus while talking with us. Before they climb in, I warned Mary to stay quiet until we get back. Might be a bad idea to freak them out. First, we introduced ourselves. The man's name is Aita Nakamatsu. The girl is Suzu Morimiya. They tell us they met through the readers column in OOP Arts Monthly. Suzu mentioned she was interested in Haneyome, and Aita told her what he knew. And she pestered him into bringing her to the rumored telephone box. They were out this late because of her. Her parents sound pretty strict. Her mother keeps a close eye on her after school, and she needs permission to go out. So she snuck out of the house after her mother went to bed. Haneyome is just as famous at my school as Hanahiko is. Hey, Aita, please tell them about those rumors. Do I have to? Okay, fine. Aita reluctantly tells us at Suzu's request. This is gonna be our chapter 3. They're just rumors I read, but... Haneyome. Oh god, she looks like a... This is, this was on the front of the... This is like one of the ones that was like on the front of the case, I think, or something like that. Hey, remember that one story? You know, the one about the public phone box in H City? There's a ghost that looks like a bride, and she'll find what you're looking for. Ghost bride. One of my friends actually tried it. He went to the specific phone bags that let you talk with the ghosts. The phone suddenly started ringing. He slowly picked up the phone. But all he could hear was this weird smacking noise. He stayed on the line until... Did you see it? He heard a woman whisper. So he did what the rumor said to do and said, no, I haven't seen it. And she said, what do you want to see? His cat had gone missing, so he asked where it was. When he looked where the woman said it was there. So the rumors are totally true. I want to go ask her where my future bride is now. Oh, want to come with me? There. I carry Mary from the car and gently place her back on the sofa. Being in your arms is not bad, but I am most calm when I am here. The doll really talked. I can't say I expected that. Then does that mean all that stuff about the mark is true too? On the way over, we updated Suzu and Aita with just about all they needed to know. They may not completely believe us, but they're not rejecting it outright. Seems like Aita in particular has already experienced some memory loss. Something about forgetting the names of anime characters or voice actors. Christy looked at him strange, but he appears to be taking it quite seriously. And Suzu snuck out of her house because she believed the rumors about Haneyome. They both believed in the occult already. I'm pretty sure they'll help us find a way to escape the mark. Granted, they're also really curious about Haneyome. Pardon me, but may I speak? The marks on Suzu and Aita, they are likely from Hanayome and Lady Christie. The feeling I sense from your mark is the same as theirs. So we can assume Hanayome also gave the mark to you. Do you recall encountering her? Something weird did happen. Right before I entered the forest, I stepped in the phone box on T Mountain. The phone rang out of nowhere. Oh, it might be because of that. The telephone box at that rest area is also in the rumors of Hanayome. But I didn't pick it up. It creeped me out, so I left. I was never able to give that person one final call because of that. Who are you talking about? It is not for children to know. Her lover, or whatever, probably. Fine. So there are other phone boxes like that? I think. There are 3 that Hanayome will call from. The one we went to in the A Highway parking lot is one. And one is at T Mountain Rest area. That's the one Miss Christie went to. And Aita, where's the last one?
At the park by T apartment complex. It's the only one inside the city.
Why just those 3 locations?
Don't know. The BBS I read didn't say.
Mister, do you really think Hanayome is the one who gave us the marks?
Of course.
But the rumors about Hanayome go back 5 years, and no one's ever mentioned that if you call her, you'll get a mark.
Suzu's right. Rumors about this mark thing only popped up super recently.
So you're saying Hanayome hasn't always been giving out the mark?
If that's true,
I wonder what triggered the change. Of course, I can't really say, seeing as I don't know anything about spirits. A ghost helping people find what they're looking for. It's pretty strange.
Definitely the definition of ghost story.
Hey, Mr. Yashiki, if those rumors are true, why don't we try asking where the stolen statues are? If we return them to their places, it might just save our lives.
Search for the Buddha statues? If Christie's right, we might be able to escape the mark without fighting a spirit. Mary, what do you think?
A good question. Objects with human forms are easily able to gain inexplicable powers. Leading stone statues, cursed dolls. There are many examples. Historical statues of gods and Buddhas would certainly be no exception. Asking Hanayome about them would be a good idea.
So says the doll before our eyes that has the inexplicable power to talk. Maybe it wouldn't be strange that Buddha statues could bring down the divine wrath.
Lord Yashiki, mad. As I explained previously, your mark is... it is different from the others. Vanquishing spirits seems to weaken your mark's power.
It's been several days since you told me that I was going to die. Taking care of the spirits we encountered is likely how I'm still among the living. What are you trying to say?
I cannot say what the relationship between your mark and Hanayome is, but it is true it is in your best interest to track down spirits. I hope you will guide these mark bearers this evening as well.
I can't really picture Christie and Ida facing off against a spirit by themselves. If they failed, then a child would suffer the deadly consequences. That would weigh heavily on me. No turning back. I'll figure something out.
Thank you.
Mary bows her head slightly.
I should begin investigating Hanayome.
Why does she only call from 3 public phones within each city? Her secret may lie in the answer. You visited the parking lot already.
Please investigate T Mountain in the park by T apartment complex.
Okay. So I'm gonna end this part here, I think, because this is the start of our new chapter, essentially. And we have the timid nerd and the gutsy girl. I'm probably gonna take her with me. Just because I kind of feel like it. I don't know. She's gutsy, so I feel like that'd be something that'll help us out. Alright, leave a like, subscribe, share with a friend, guys. Next time we start chapter 3 officially, and hopefully stop Hanayome in her evil plans of whatever she's trying to accomplish here. Well, not evil, but her because all these spirits seem to be just misguided in some shape or form. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.